The temple did not sleep that night. Torches burned along the corridors long past midnight. Boots echoed where silence once ruled. Whispers crawled through the stone like insects seeking cracks. Elira stood at her chamber window and watched the courtyard below. Guards, more than usual. The high priest rarely deployed soldiers inside sacred grounds. Something had changed. No, something had been noticed, and she knew exactly what. Beneath her bare feet, the stone felt warmer than before. Alive. Waiting. She pressed her palm against the floor. The tremor responded immediately. Not violent, eager. Vaelor. The name felt different now, less forbidden, more inevitable. The air thickened, candles bent inward as if inhaled by unseen lungs, and the world folded. The chamber returned, but it was not as she had seen it before. The fracture between them had widened another inch. Thin streams of golden light spilled downward like molten rain. The barrier flickered, unstable. Vaelor stood closer than ever, close enough that she could see the texture of the scars across his hands, close enough to feel the heat of him through the crack. "You should not have come tonight," he said. His voice was low, not threatening, concerned. "They are afraid," she answered. "They should be." The chamber pulsed. For the first time, Elira did not stop several steps away. She walked forward until the light from the fracture brushed her skin. It burned, not painfully, but insistently. "You said the seal is failing," she whispered. "Yes." "Because of me?" A pause. "Because of us." The word lingered. Us. It echoed strangely in a chamber built for isolation. Above them, faint sounds reverberated through stone. Distant chanting, different from prayer, sharpened, focused. Vaelor's jaw tightened. "They are reinforcing the sigils." "You can feel that?" "I feel every attempt to bind me." The fracture sparked violently. A pulse of energy shot outward and grazed Elira's wrist. She gasped. The broken circle mark flared with light. Vaelor stepped back. "Do not stand so close." "Why?" His eyes darkened. "Because if the seal weakens further..." He stopped. She did not. She stepped closer again. The light between them roared softly, reacting to her proximity. Her heart pounded, not from fear, from gravity, from the pull that had been building since the first whisper. "You are not what I imagined," she said quietly. "And what did you imagine?" "A monster." A faint, humorless smile touched his lips. "That would be easier." The chanting above intensified. The fracture pulsed in rhythm. Vaelor lifted his hand, slowly, deliberately, not toward her, toward the barrier. Energy crackled around his fingers. "If they strengthen the seal," he said softly, "it will hurt you." "Why?" "Because you are linked to it." Her breath caught. Linked. Not chosen. Not blessed. Linked. Another tremor shook the chamber. The fracture flickered violently, thinning for a heartbeat. In that single instant, the barrier weakened. Instinct overrode thought. Elira lifted her hand. Vaelor did the same. Light exploded between them. Their palms met, not fully, not cleanly, but enough for contact. The moment their skin brushed, the chamber erupted. Golden light shot outward in violent waves. The fracture screamed like tearing metal. Elira felt heat surge through her veins. Not burning, transforming. Memories flooded her mind, not her own. Fire, chains, voices condemning, a crown forced upon unwilling hands. Vaelor staggered backward as if struck. The barrier snapped back into place. stronger for a heartbeat, then weaker, much weaker. Silence fell. Thick. Breathing hard, Elira stared at her hand. No wound, no ash, only the broken circle mark, now glowing faintly. Vaelor looked at her as though seeing her for the first time. You survived. You doubted that? Yes. Honesty again. Raw, unfiltered. No one has touched me in centuries, he said, and lived. The air between them shifted, not violent now, intimate, dangerous in a different way. Above, the chanting faltered. Something had been felt. The temple knew. They will know, Vaelor murmured. They already do. Elira swallowed. What did we do? His gaze moved to the fracture. Hairline cracks now spidered outward from the point where their hands met. We accelerated it. Her pulse raced. The seal was breaking faster now, because of her, because of them. Footsteps thundered overhead. The chamber shook more violently. Vaelor's expression hardened. They are coming to the lower vault. For you? For you. The words settled heavily. They will test you, he continued. Press you. Break you if they must. And if they try? His eyes lifted slowly. The chamber darkened around him. If they try to harm you. The fracture flared violently in response to his rising power. I will not remain passive. The threat was not theatrical. It was absolute. The stone trembled again, stronger now. Elira felt herself being pulled back, the chamber dissolving. Vaelor, his voice reached her one last time. You are no longer merely their sacrifice. The fracture glowed brighter. You are the key. The world snapped. She collapsed onto her chamber floor. The door burst open. Guards flooded in. Behind them, the high priest stood rigid, pale. His eyes fell immediately to her wrist, the glowing mark. His voice was no longer gentle. What have you done? Elira lifted her gaze. For the first time in her life, she did not bow her head. Below them, deep beneath stone, the seal pulsed, and for the first time in centuries, Vaelor felt hope.